Okay, so I thought it'd be easier to record a video to help you out with these questions because they're kind of tricky to explain through an email. So here's 3B. A truck moving initially at 11 meters per second east. So we've got our velocity 1 is 11 meters per second east. And it changes its velocity to a different direction. So you have to do something special here. It's going 12 meters per second in the west direction. And then we have our time. So when you put that into a formula, you can't add an east with a west. It's sort of like adding centimeters and meters. You have to change one of the units to the other one in order to make them the same. And when it comes down to direction, if you're looking at, and you can do this to either one, a west, in order to make it east, all we have to do is put a negative sign in front of it because it's the direct opposite direction. So a 12 meters per second west is the same thing as saying a negative 12 meters per second east. And now that they're the same units of direction, you can plug them into your formula for acceleration, and you can subtract them that way. So remember, it's v2 minus v1. So v2 is now a negative number minus our 11 over 96. And just keep in mind what your final units are. So we've changed the west to an east, so our final units have to be east. We could have done the opposite. We could actually also change the first one to a west if we wanted and put the negative sign in front of there. The only thing to keep in mind is that it has to be changed. Okay? And then as for 8, so during a head-on collision, a certain airbag activates, increases the stopping time. So here the only difference in this type of question is they've given you a starting time and a finishing time. So the only thing you have to keep in mind here is that you actually have to find out what your change, remember this little triangle means change, what your change in time is. So it would be the difference between those two numbers. So what do we have to do? Calculate the magnitude of the acceleration of a person initially traveling at 28 meters per second for each stopping time. So think about what's happening. A car's traveling and it's in a head-on collision. If it's traveling at this speed and it collides with something, it comes to a stop. So our v1, or our initial velocity, is our 28 meters per second. Our final velocity, because it collided, is 0. Now you're going to put that into your formula and figure that out. I don't think you had to do B. Let me just check. No, you didn't have to do B, so all you had to do was this one here. And I think I got you started in order to figure that one out. Good luck.